Okay, so good day. Today, we will identify the meaning of history, sources of historical data, and historical criticisms. Module 1. Okay, so topic overview. So in Module 1, it introduces history as a discipline and as a narrative. It discusses the limitation of historical knowledge, history as a subject process of recreation, and historical method and historiography. Further, this module represents or presents the sources of historical and data, the written and non-written sources of history, as well as the differentiation of primary and secondary sources of information or data. And lastly, it also discusses historical criticisms, namely external and internal criticisms. These are important aspects on ascertaining the authenticity and reliability of primary sources upon which narratives are crafted. Okay, so for our learning objectives, of course, for us to understand the meaning of history as an academic discipline, to examine and assess critically the value of historical evidence and sources, and of course, to appreciate the importance of history in the social and national life of the Philippines. And of course, for our input information, of course, we will identify the meaning of history, sources of historical data, and historical criticisms. So let's proceed. So history is derived from the Greek word historia, which means learning by inquiry. The Greek philosopher Aristotle looked upon history as a systematic accounting of a set of natural phenomena, that is, taking into consideration the chronological arrangement of the account. This explained that knowledge is derived through conducting a process of scientific investigation of past events. And the word history is referred usually for accounts of phenomena, especially human affairs, in chronological order. So there are theories constructed by historians in investigating history, the factual history and the speculative history. So when it regards to factual history, it represents readers the plain and basic information, vice versa, the events that took place. So the question there is what? So the time and date which the events happen, when, the place with which the events took place, and the people that were involved. Who are these people involved to the specific events? Okay, so let's proceed to the next slide. Next is a speculative history. On the other hand, goes beyond facts because it is concerned about the reasons for which events happened, why, and the way they happened, the how. So it tries to speculate on the cause and effects of an event, according to Cantal, Cardinal, Espino, and Galindo, published in 2014. So to make sense of history, it is necessary to first understand what it is all about. Many people think that history is merely lists of names, dates, places, and important events. So, however, history or the study of history is more than just knowing and memorizing facts. And of course, history deals with the study of past events. So, individuals who write about history are called historians. They seek to understand the present by examining what went uh, happened before. They undertake arduous historical research to come up with a meaningful and organized rebuilding of the past. But whose past are we talking about? This is the basic questions that the historian needs to answer because this sets the purpose and the framework of historical account. Okay, so in addition, a salient feature of historical writing is the facility to give meaning and impact value to a group of people about their past. The practice of historical writing is called historiography, the traditional method in doing historical research that focus on gathering documents from different libraries and archives to form a pool of evidence needed in making descriptive or analytical narrative. The modern historical writings does not only include examination of documents but also the use of research methods from related areas of study such as archaeology and geography.